What's up, YouTube? This is Big Mike. I have a question for you guys. All right. Today, we found out that the New York Knicks fired Derek Fisher. Now, okay, I would think on the surface, right, it would be related to the fact that they've lost 5 straight games and 9 of their last 10 games. All right. That is a tremendous slide. And on that note, I can kind of understand them firing him. Although I think that really they've been itching to find a reason to fire him. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think it has more to do with the altercation with Matt Barnes back in, I think that was in September, I believe it was, the Matt Barnes situation. I think it was September. I think it has something to do with that. More, partially at least to do with that, and somewhat to do with the slide. But I'm a little bit befuddled by this because last year the Knicks won 17 games. All right. Now, be as it may that they've had this slide, at best, the Knicks were projected to win between 25 and 27, 28 games this year. And barring a complete and utter historic collapse for the rest of the season, they're going to well exceed that. Off the top of my head, I don't know how many wins they have, but I would say they're probably close to that total already, like 20, 26, 27, 28 wins. I'm off the top of my head, I might be a little off with that. And most of these games, they've been in most of these games. You know, it's not like they're getting blown the fuck out like they did last year. Most of these games are close. So I actually, man, what's going on with the NBA this year? I mean, first you had Houston where they fired Kevin McHale 11 games to the season when he just helped to take your team to, what was it, the Western Conference semifinals? And then you fire the guy? And then this guy, you know, Derek Fisher, I don't know how good a coach he was, okay, but he had to be pretty good to have helped to have gotten your team to play significantly better, especially more inspired on the defensive end. Sure, there's a little bit more talent, but you guys are at least there. Like you went from a cellar dweller to you're sort of like in the middle of the pack. You're right under the playoff spectrum. All right. The next year you think, okay, we're going to be in the playoff spectrum. That's ridiculous. 20 years ago, we wouldn't have seen all this shit. A lot of this has to do with social media, man. Social media kind of has been a good thing, but it's been a fucked up thing. Because it's now putting people on, it's sort of making you have to behave, it's sort of putting you, like, people are expected to be perfect now. Could you imagine social media if it existed back when Babe Ruth was playing, or when Ty Cobb was playing, or when man whores like Mickey Mantle were playing? Can you imagine it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and Michael Jordan, as much like Michael Jordan, his image would be completely different. I think it's kind of unfair, the expectations that are put on people nowadays. Okay, people can say the throwaway line, well, it's the world we live in, but the world kind of sucks.